This call is now being recorded.
Okay, so the recording has started, and let me have some interacting session with you. One or two guys, or maybe more than that, please answer to these particular things so that I may actually see whether these particular things are clear to you or not. First of all, can you see my presentation?
Yes.
As per this particular YouTube channel, the notifications are different. So I actually have told you about the notification of AH, BH, AV, BV. But they typically take this particular AB, A1, B1 kind of things. Anyway, if the horizontal and vertical projection of a line are like this, suppose this is your AHBH and this is your AVBV, then can you say what is the characteristics of the actual line? What can you say about the actual line?
It is a parallel to horizontal and vertical plane.
It is parallel to horizontal and vertical plane. Everybody is okay with this particular thing or not?
Yes, sir.
So it is a horizontal line as well as a frontal line, right?
Yes, sir.
And the true length of this line will be seen in which plane?
Both vertical plane and horizontal plane.
Both vertical plane and horizontal plane. Absolutely correct. Now I am showing you another line. How to define this line? Though the 3D view is already here, still, what is the character of this
Parallel
line?
to only horizontal plane.
So you will say this is a horizontal line, right?
Yes.
Okay. So see and be sincere in this perspective is that this particular view in the vertical plane that is parallel to the intersection line. So as this particular view is parallel to the VH line, the corresponding view in the horizontal plane will obviously give you the true length. Yes or no?
Yes.
And be sincere and just make clear of this fact that if a view is parallel to the intersecting line, the corresponding view, that is if it is a VH line, the AVBV is parallel to the VH line, then AHBH is going to be the true length. Is this particular thing now clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, please repeat once, sir.
Okay. I am repeating again. Just remember that in the previous case, what we actually did was that there was a line which was typically have two different views in the horizontal and vertical plane. And to get the true length of the line, we actually got one plane which is parallel to a particular view and get one true length in the corresponding plane. Yes or no?
Yes.
So today I have told is that if the view is parallel to the intersecting line, suppose in this case the horizontal view is parallel to the intersecting line. What is the intersecting line? That is the VH plane line. So the corresponding view, that is the vertical view or the projection in the vertical plane, that will obviously give you the true length. That is what I have mentioned. Is it clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this is a frontal line parallel to the vertical plane. So if we want to have any sort of true length, it is mandatory
হ্যালো স্যার, এ কি হলো, নেটওয়ার্ক ইস্যু?
স্যার মনে হচ্ছে
it is mandatory if we want to get the true length of some line, we need to have a plane parallel to some of its view. Suppose in this case we actually got one plane which is parallel to the vertical view, yes or no?
ইয়েস স্যার।
And as you already know that we will project this particular thing to that plane and the corresponding lengths or corresponding distances from the other plane that will be cut here, yes or no? And that will be the true length, right? কে বলছিল রেসপন্ড কর।
ইয়েস স্যার।
So as I have told that in this case it is neither a frontal line not a horizontal line, that is why we have to take an additional plane. But when it is a frontal line, we by default have one view, that is the horizontal view, which is parallel to the VH plane, yes or no?
yes sir.
And that is why the corresponding view will by default give you the true length. Is this concept clear?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
If this concept is clear, then today we will concentrate on the point view of a line. What is a point view? That is a view in a plane where this particular line is shown in a point. Okay, let me start with, not with such a special line, but let me start with this line which is neither frontal not horizontal. Okay, so if I say that how to get the point view of this particular line, what can we do? Is my purpose clear? Is my purpose clear to you or not?
ইয়েস স্যার।
In my previous class I wanted the true length, now I want the point view. So how to get the point view? See, in this particular plane, the yellow plane that is parallel to the horizontal projection, we got the true length, right?
ইয়েস
Yeah,
স্যার।
right. So
Yes,
if
sir.
I actually have a plane perpendicular to this yellow plane, should not I get the point view of this particular line?
হ্যাঁ স্যার একদম স্যার। স্যার এটা ওরকম ওই n ভেক্টরের মতন হয়ে যাবে না স্যার, আমরা যে প্লেনে করতাম?
Exactly. একেবারেই তাই। So what can we do is that in the plane where we get the true length of this particular line, as this is the true length, if I take a plane perpendicular to this true length, then in that plane I am going to get the point view. So what they have done is that they have taken a plane perpendicular to this true length, right? কথাটা বোঝা গেছে? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And in this plane, we are obviously going to get, we will project this. And now, as you can see that from where you are going to get the particular length, you have to take this length. I'm showing you. You have to take this H3 length, isn't it? And this H3 is cut here to get the point view. I am showing you in our already done problem, okay? I think that will be better for you. So this was the final day we have done, and we got the true length either with the vertical plane projection or with the horizontal plane projection. Yes or no? কি পেয়েছিলাম তো?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So perpendicular to any true length, I can take one additional plane, right? Let us do with this particular horizontal plane projection. So how to get one? A plane perpendicular to this particular true length. Let me use some other color. So this plane is perpendicular to that particular true length, right? This is perpendicular to this,
Yes, sir.
and let me name this, as this plane was the A plane, so let this be A. B is already taken, so I have to name something else. So let it be AC. It is possible, right? And we can, oh sorry, we can project this line towards this plane. Clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now which particular distance is to be cut? This is AC and this is AH. So leave the 2A. We have to get this particular distance from H, right? তাই তো?
Yes, sir.
So let us take this distance. And as you can see, as this particular thing is also parallel, so you will get only one particular distance. This is parallel, na? So this distance and this distance, they are going to be same, right? So in this particular plane, you are going to get the point view of this particular line and this particular thing is going to be written as this is AC and this is also BC, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is AC, this is your AC and this is your BC, right? So we write as AC, comma BC in order to note that this is the projection of this particular line and this is the point view. So make clear to something. First of all, two things we have done. Any plane which is parallel to any view, that plane will give you the true length of the line. And any plane which is perpendicular to the true length will give you the edge view of the same line. Sorry, the point view of the same line. Is these two concepts totally clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if these two concepts are clear to you, I will transfer to planes. So what actually you required in order to specify a line, you require 2 points, right? In order to completely specify a line. If you are provided less than 2 points, can you specify a line totally? Can you specify a line totally if you are provided less than 2 points?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So, in order to specify a plane, how many points do you require?
The 3 points.
Everybody is okay with this particular thing and everybody knows that in order to specify a plane, minimum we require 3 points.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, if we transfer from a point to a plane, let us first determine that with the plane, what are the things we are going to do? Again, I am taking the support of this particular institute's YouTube channel, because otherwise it's very difficult to make it clear. And I am very much thankful to them actually. So as we got the point view of a particular line, now what I'm going to show you is that for a particular plane, this is a plane, right? 3 points are specified and that is a plane. How to get the edge view of this particular plane? So what is the edge view? You see that if you rotate this particular thing, you are going to get an edge view like this. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
And how to get this edge view? If we were going to get the point view of any line of the plane, there are 3 lines specifying the plane. Any line in a point view will actually take this particular plane to an edge view. Is it clear or should I repeat again?
Sir, please repeat again, sir.
Okay, just see this particular thing. Suppose this line we are going to get at the point view, okay? This line we are going to get as a point view. If we are get this line as a point view, then that particular point and this particular point will show you that the plane is in an edge view, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any line. If you take this line, the edge view will be like that. If you take some other line, the edge view will be like some other. But ultimately, that will be an edge view. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is this thing clear to you? Just like the point view of a line, we can have the edge view of a plane. Is this thing clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So let me show you here only that we now have 3 points A, B, and C, and the projection of ABC, horizontal and vertical projections are shown here. So there are 2 triangular projections. Those are actually specifying a plane in the 3D space. Is it all right? Is it all right, man?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you have been told to find out the edge view of this particular plane. Now what are you going to do? For this particular case, can you find out any line which is parallel to the horizontal or vertical plane?
Yes.
So the AB line is parallel to the horizontal plane. So you can readily get the point view of this AB line. এটাই তো?
Yes.
Because the AB line is a frontal as well as horizontal line. It is in true length in both the planes. So if you
Yes.
simply get a plane perpendicular to this AB line, you are going to get the point view of this AB line, right?
Yes.
And if you are going to get the point view of this AB line, the corresponding projection of C can provide you the edge view of the plane. So it is very easy, but always it is not going to be that easy. So as AB line is a horizontal as well as frontal line, it is typically the profile projection which will give you the edge view. But in all the cases, the case might not be so easy. In this case, AB line is a horizontal line because the vertical projection is parallel to the VH plane. So the AB is seen in true length in the horizontal projection. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I think it is clear to you as it is parallel to the horizontal VH plane. So the corresponding projection will give you the true length. So how to get the edge view? You have to take a line perpendicular to this true length. You have to project the corresponding lines. You have to get the edge view of the point view of this AB line. Up to this it is clear, right? It was what is told.
Yes, sir.
So for the point C, you have to take the same route. You have to take the same route. You have to cut this distance. And you have to get the corresponding view of point C and get the edge view of this particular plane here. Is it clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
So if you know the point view of a line, it is not really very difficult to find out the edge view of a plane, right? কি তাই মনে হচ্ছে তো নাকি?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But life cannot be so easy if you are not readily having one line of a plane which is parallel to either vertical or horizontal plane. There can be a situation where there can be two projections.
Sir.
Yes, yes.
সেরকম কেসে স্যার ওরকম ভাবে ট্রু লেন্থ বার করে করলেই তো হলো স্যার।
Exactly. So you need one additional step extra, right? এর বাইরে কিছু নয়, এটা বোঝা যাচ্ছে তো?
Yes, sir.
Exactly what she should have told, that we typically need to have done the true length of any of the line. Any of the line we have to get in the true length. So here we choose again the AB. We get a plane parallel to the horizontal projection. We get the true length of AB in this particular in this particular plane. So I can say that here AB is in true length. Yes or no? কি বলা যায় তো ওখানে AB true length এ আছে?
Yes, sir.
This is the true length, right? So a plane perpendicular to these will obviously give you the edge view. A plane perpendicular to these will have the point view of this AB line. And correspondingly, we are going to get the edge view of this plane. So there are two different steps. So as I have shown you here also, if instead of AC and BC there would have been another point C, there will be some triangle here, there will be some triangle here, and accordingly there will be some triangle here and some edge view here. Is it clear to you guys or not how to find out the edge view of this particular plane?
Yes, sir.
There can be one trick, as here when there is no parallel line to the horizontal or vertical plane, you are going to have two particular additional planes in order to have the edge view, right? কিরে তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
But there is one trick which can actually show that you might not need this particular thing to be done in this particular way. There is a trick where you can actually have one single plane in order to have the edge view. The edge view of a plane that is actually defining this particular two additional plane methods, we can actually have a trick in order to minimize our effort. That is what I'm going to show now. Suppose these are the two views. There is a bit of problem in this particular two views because C and C1, these are not correct. Why the C and C1 are not correct? Can anyone predict?
লাইনটা জয়েন হচ্ছে না, মানে পারপেন্ডিকুলারলি হচ্ছে না।
Yes, yes. Because C and C1, if we join, this is not going perpendicular to XY. So this cannot happen. Anyway, just omit this particular thing and you just take that C and C1, they are obviously are the same projection. So I'm not sure why such things is shown in the YouTube, but this is wrong. For B and B1 it is correct, for A and A1 it is correct, but for C and C1 this is a bit incorrect. Okay. ও যে কথাটা বলেছে লাইনটা জয়েন হচ্ছে না, can everybody follow that why C and C1 cannot be the projection of the same point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sometimes
Yes,
it
sir.
helps.
Perpendicular টাইনে লাইনটা সেম আসবে না।
একেবারে। So sometimes it helps যদি এখানে ভুল হয় বোঝা যায় সবটা বোঝা গেছে কিনা। It sometimes helps. ভালো হয়েছে একদিন। Anyway, now just follow these tricks. So we are going to get the edge view of this particular plane, but as there is no line which is parallel to the horizontal vertical intersection, so we need to have two more additional planes in order to get the edge view, right? But we are following a simple tricks. First of all, tell me any point on this AC line is also on the same plane, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Any point on any of the three lines is also on the same plane, right? So as per our perspective, we are going to get a line BP parallel to the XY plane. I mean, this BP is a horizontal line, isn't it? Because the vertical projection is parallel to the VH plane, isn't it? Is this clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
And this BP line is on the same plane, can I say? Can I say that this BP line is on the same plane?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, obviously, because P is on the AC line, so P is on the same plane. So any line joining B and P will be on the same plane. So the ABC plane and the ABP plane, they are same plane, isn't it?
Yes.
So instead of working with ABC plane, we may work on with ABP plane also, and we will get the same thing, isn't it? কি মনে হয় হবে তো?
Yes.
So what we have done is that in order to reduce one additional plane in an intelligent way, we actually define a line on this particular plane only, which is parallel to the horizontal plane. We might have used a line here also, but okay, fine, we start here. And what is the corresponding projection of P? We have to put a perpendicular and we get the P here, isn't it? কি পাবো তো? Yes or no? পাবো তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
It is very easy. You're obviously going to get it. So we have shown that you have to draw like this and get the corresponding projection of P here. Anyway, they missed the C1 and C here. Anyway, so the corresponding P projection on the horizontal plane we may get, and what is BP? Isn't it the true length? In the horizontal plane, isn't it the true length? কি মনে হয়?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
So this is the true length, right? So a plane perpendicular this true length will get BP as an edge view. কি হবে তো? A plane perpendicular to this true length will get BP as an edge view, yes or no?
মনে হচ্ছে স্যার।
হবে, হতে বাধ্য। So a plane perpendicular to this true length will get my BP as a point view, and corresponding A and C will obviously be on that particular if we project like this, we are going to see that this is the point view of BP, that is all right, and A and C, there will be on the same line, because ultimately the ABP plane and the ABC plane, they are the same plane. So in this way, with a single additional plane, we can get the edge view of a particular plane. Is it clear or not?
Yes sir.
Now I am going to ask you a very typical query. Can you predict why an edge view of a plane is very much necessary for us? I am going back to the original video where the edge view of a plane was shown. So it is clear to you guys now how the edge view is getting. That is very clear, because if the point view of a line is clear, the edge view of a plane is typically very easy. It is clear to you guys, right?
Yes, sir.
Now I am coming to the main point, is that why the edge view is so much important to us. কি হবে? Why sir? Why you are actually concerned with such edge views? Why? As I told in the first class that in your engineering always ask why sir. Okay, fine, in this way I am going to find the edge view, but why it is important, sir? You see, this is the true shape of this particular plane, isn't it? The triangle shown, that is in its true shape, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And true shape means all the three lines are in the true length. All the three lines defining the plane are in their true length, right? হবে তো?
Yes, sir.
It is obvious, because if it is in the true shape, then all the lines, any line on this plane are in its true length. Now you find out that how an edge view is defined. An edge view is a typical 90-degree rotation of this particular plane. A typical 90-degree rotation of this particular plane. Yes or no? I am showing again. You see, that is a typical 90-degree rotation of this particular plane, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, sir. Typical anti-grid plane rotation.
Yes sir.
So if we were going to get an edge view, like that I have already shown, a plane parallel to this edge view will obviously give you the true shape of this particular plane, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It is very much obvious, isn't it? Any edge view you get, if you see like this, you are going to get the true shape, isn't it? In a plane parallel to edge view, we are obviously going to get the true shape, isn't it? Anybody having any confusion, please ask me. I am again showing you how the edge view is done. See, this particular true shape of a plane, when it is rotated, we are going to get an edge view. So now if I say that in a plane parallel to these, we are going to get the true shape, am I wrong? কি মনে হয়? Am I wrong? কি মনে হয়?
Sir, can you please repeat your question once, sir?
Okay. This is the edge view of the plane, right?
Yes, sir.
It was in its true length, it was in its true shape, and when it was rotated, it has come to an edge view. So if I say that typically if we get a plane parallel to this edge view, we are going to get the true shape of this plane, am I wrong?
No, sir.
It is obvious na, that when it is in edge view, a plane parallel to this edge view will obviously show you the true shape of this plane, isn't it? কি মনে হয়?
Yes, sir.
It is very much obvious that it should be, and that is why the edge view is so important. That is, if we actually get a plane parallel to the edge view, we are obviously going to get, so up to edge view here it is shown, but if I take another plane parallel to this edge view, it will obviously give you the true shape of this particular plane. Is it clear to you or not? If it is clear, then I will show you how to do it.
Yes, sir.
So let me take the help of these only, as it is more or less done. So let me take the help of these only, and let me delete the unnecessary parts. As we need only one view, so let's not keep these particular things more. And along with AV, BV, AH, BH, I need not have the profile part at all. So let's forget about it totally. Suppose you are having, along with AV and BV, another point C. we can have it, right, man? We can have it, right, man? কি হতে পারে তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ওই দেখ কেউ কিছু বলে না। Okay. So that will look like a plane like this. And this will be named as CV. There will be some corresponding CH. Let that be somewhere here. It's a perpendicular. Let that be somewhere here. And let there be this line. So this is very much possible, man. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
So I am not taking the smaller case, that is I could have taken one parallel line here and get the edge view with a single plane, but as we have already used two planes here, I am showing you with two planes. Okay, এটা বোঝা গেল that as I have already have the edge view of AB with two particular views, I mean two particular auxiliary planes, so I am keeping it here. But for your case, you can obviously take one additional line like CP or CD here, and using that particular edge view, you can have the corresponding case. But here I am showing you with two additional planes. All right? কি কথাটা বোঝা গেছে?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So along with H and BH, we must have CH also. So CH টাকেও বাড়াতে হবে. We need to extrude it. And what is the length? This length we need to cut this length. This length we need to cut here. So somewhere here. And this will be your CA. কিরে হবে তোরে? না বুঝতে পারলে
Yes
বলবি।
sir.
So this will be your CA. This is your CA. কি ঠিক আছে তো? The true length, এভাবে লেখাটা ভুল, is actually this one. The AB is in the true length, right? কি তাই তো?
Yes sir.
Right. So as we have got AC and BC, along with AC and BC, we must have this particular C in this particular plane. So we need to project it. Just like A and B. And what is the length we need to cut? This is the very small length. কি তাই তো?
Yes, sir.
So if we cut this very small length, that will be my point CC. And if I join these two, I am going to get the edge view of this particular line. Is it clear to you or not?
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
edge view of this particular plane. And this is your C. Now, as I have told you, that man, this is the edge view and that is absolutely all right. But if we are going to get the true shape of this particular plane, we need to take another additional plane parallel to this edge view, right? কি তাই তো?
Yes, sir.
So let us take another plane which is parallel to this edge view. এটা ভেতর দিয়ে গেল, সরি, এটা সরিয়ে দিই। Okay. And this plane is your CD plane. ঠিক আছে? কি ঠিক আছে?
Yes, sir.
Now project it again. You both the points. এটাকে এগো। From where we should cut the length? From where we should cut the length? ওই দেখ বলে না। কিরে বল, from where we should cut the length?
ইন্ডেন্টটার কথা মানে
অক্সিলারি প্লেনটা
Exactly. So as I have told that this is the plane CD, this is CD, right? কিরে এটা CD তো?
Yes, sir.
So find out another CA. Omit those two C. So from C to A we need to take the length. Now as the lengths are very long, this is your C length. So it will be beyond there, but anyway, let's take here. This will be your A length. And these will be your, oh sorry, these will be your A length and these will be your B length. So A is the farthest, B is the closest, and C is the midway somewhere here. Is it clear or not?
এটা একবার বলবেন স্যার?
নিশ্চয়ই স্যার। What is the length you require? You require C on D, right? This is the CD plane, right?
Yes sir.
And this is the CA plane. So as I have told you that you see from here, this was your VH plane and these were your HA plane. So HA plane এর length কোথা থেকে পেয়েছিলাম? দুটো H omit, 2H omitted from H towards V. And that one is cut in the A plane.
Got it sir, বুঝতে পেরেছি।
So as that is CD and that is CA, omit those two C. So from C towards A, cut this length here. From C towards A, cut this length here. From C towards A, cut this length here. In order to get your BD AD and CD. Is it all right or not?
Yes sir.
So if we join this, one thing that due to the space crunch, the actual lengths cannot be taken, but I think you have got the idea. This should have been further beyond, that I admit. This should have been further beyond, or this should have been further. Anyway, এরকম ভাবে করে নেই, আমি এটাকে আরেকটু সরিয়ে দিচ্ছি, because otherwise there can be confusion. So let the plane be here only. তাহলে আর কনফিউশন থাকবে না। So this is, if this is your CD plane, that is more or less correct. I can take the CD plane. Only it is required to be parallel to the edge view and nothing more. Okay. CDC গুলো ঠিক করে দিই, নয়তো দেখে বোঝা যাচ্ছে না। So this is your ACDC. And this is your CC. Now is it clear to you or not?
Yes sir.
And here I can say that all the three lines are in their true length. So as all the three lines are in their true lengths, I can say that this particular triangular shape is actually showing the true shape of the ABC plane. Is it all right?
Yes sir.
Obviously, I have got the edge view with one additional auxiliary plane, but you can get the edge view with only a single plane as well, as I have shown you to get one parallel line here. Okay. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There are many problems where you are going to get the in center of this particular triangle or outside or x center of that particular triangle. In this way, some problems are given. Okay. Be sincere that you cannot have the in center or x center from the views. In order to get the in center or x center, you have to find out the true shape at the onset, and then only you can get the in center or x center or anything. All right. বোঝা গেল কথাটা?
Yes, sir.
Now suppose it is told you that find out the position of the in center. Now the position is actually seen in which plane? কি মনে হয়? Like this 25 minus 10 40 in this particular way, if it is given, that is actually seen in which plane? In the VH plane, right? তাই তো?
Yes, sir.
So if you are going to get, suppose you have got one in center here, suppose খুব ভালো কথা, I have got one in center here. Just get the two bisector of the angle and you get the intersector here. Suppose you have got this particular point. This particular point, suppose you have got and this particular point is your in center of this triangle. But how can you specify the position of this particular thing? The D plane are not going to get you any position, isn't it? D plane থেকে কি কোনো position পাবো? Suppose I have got the in center, suppose the in center I call P, but this is the view of PD only, right? So from this PD, can we predict what are the coordinates of this particular point P? Pabo, yes or no? Can you get it? কি মনে হয়? কি man, can you get it? আরে কেউ কিছু বলে না? আরে সারা শব্দ কর।
Yes, sir.
So can you predict how to get it? কি করতে পারি? কারণ মাথায় বুদ্ধি আসছে? Anybody can predict? Can anybody predict? Then I must answer, right? কি বলি তাহলে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
You have to trace it back. You have to trace it back.
আচ্ছা স্যার, মানে যেভাবে আমরা যে প্রসেসটা করেছি এটা রিভার্স প্রসেস হবে।
Exactly. So just trace it back. No problem in tracing back. You know how to trace back. As this is an edge view, PD will obviously be on this edge view only. So that is your PC. And from here you have to trace back again. The process we followed, we are actually tracing it back. Just no problem in tracing back again. How much should we go?
Deep and distance stuff.
Exactly. So this length we have to cut here, and somewhere here we are going to get that P point. From here we have to go again. Now the tracing back is parallel to this. Now this small distance, and we are going to have it somewhere here. From here again, directly upward. Now this distance, and we are going to have it somewhere here. So if I name, this is your PC, this is your PA, this is your PH, and this is your PV. Is the tracing back clear to you or not? It is easy.
Yes, sir.
It is not very difficult. And if you are going to have this PV and PH, can you simply measure the distance to get the X, Y, and Z values of P? You can easily get it, right? If this was your origin, this is your X, this is your Y in the negative, and this is your Z.
কোঅর্ডিনেট তো এমনি 3D জিওমেট্রি দিয়েও বার করা যেতে পারে।
কোঅর্ডিনেট 3D জিওমেট্রি দিয়েই আমি করেছি।
না না স্যার
আচ্ছা,
ভেক্টর মেথড
এখানে কি মানে ড্রয়িং এর মধ্যে কি ম্যাথমেটিক্যাল ক্যালকুলেশন ভাবে লাগানো যেতে পারে?
না, ড্রয়িং এর মধ্যে ম্যাথমেটিক্যাল ক্যালকুলেশন আমি লাগাতে পারি না। দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই উই হ্যাভ টু শো ইট গ্রাফিক্যালি। আচ্ছা, ও যেটা বলেছে, what he actually meant was that I can just calculate it down. No, you cannot calculate it down in your graphical geometry. Okay. You have to show it how to get it. So is the process clear to you how to get the true shape and
Yes,
how
sir.
to get anything traced back in order to get the coordinates? I think it is clear and it is not very difficult also. If you get the point view of a line, Afterwards, everything is very clear. So if it is all right, let us now discuss about the problems. I have told you to try out 7 and 8. You know that for 7 and 8, you need this particular concept. Okay. কথাটা বোঝা গেল?
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
Yes, sir.
7 and 8 are for all. So I have to give you 9, 10 and 11 distributed among you. And 9, 10 and 11 are distributed according to the same perspective. 9 for roll number 1 to 6, 10 for roll number 7 to 12, and 11 for the rest. All right. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the sheet 1 is over, and I think you may now I mean, you can try to submit now one by one.
কবে করতে হবে?
Or within the next 2 weeks.
আর কোথায় করতে হবে স্যার?
বলে দিয়েছি স্যার, পড়বে, ছবি তুলবে, আমাকে মেল করবে স্যার, নিজের রোল নাম্বার টোল নাম্বার দিয়ে সুন্দর করে জিনিসটা করবে, দিয়ে ছবি তুলে আমায় সেন্ড করবে স্যার। হলো?
এটা
গুগল ক্লাসরুম খুলে নিন না স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, কি করবো?
গুগল ক্লাসরুম।
ও হ্যাঁ, এটা তোরা বলে
একটা অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট, ওখানে অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট সাবমিট করতে একটু সুবিধা হয় স্যার।
ঠিক আছে, আমি করে দিচ্ছি। আমি এখানে গুগল ক্লাসরুমে গিয়ে তোদের অ্যাড করে দিচ্ছি। ঠিক আছে, করে দিচ্ছি, চিন্তা নেই। করে দিচ্ছি, আমি দেখে নিয়ে করে দিচ্ছি, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। ওকে, but the class is clear? Yes or no? The class is clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So can we end here? Can we end here, or anybody having any question? Yes?
A4 এ করতে হবে না A2 তে?
যেহেতু এখন সবাই বাড়িতে আছে, I have no problem even with A4.
Okay, sir.
And for having this particular thing, I am being very frank, a geometry box is good enough.
স্যার আপনি একটা একটু করে দেখিয়ে দেবেন স্যার, তাহলে উই ক্যান গেট এ আইডিয়া অ্যাবাউট দ্যাট। আপনি যদি একটা প্রবলেম যদি একটু করে দেখাতে পারেন, কোনোভাবে যদি রেকর্ডিংও দিয়ে দিতে পারেন।
আমি যে প্রবলেমটা তোমাদের পেন্টে করে দেখিয়েছি, তিনটে ক্ষেত্রেই যে প্রবলেমটা আমি তোমাদের পেন্টে করে দেখিয়েছি, আজকেও যে প্রবলেমটা করে দেখালাম, পেন্টেই যে জিনিসটা করে দেখালাম, ফলো দ্যাট পার্টিকুলার থিং। আমি জানি ওখানে কোন প্রবলেম আছে, আমি তার কারেসপন্ডিং একটা জিনিসই পুরোটা পেন্টে করে দেখিয়েছি। করার চেষ্টা করো, দেখবে ওই পেন্ট থেকেই পুরোটা পেয়ে যাবে। 9, 10, 11 যে তিনটে প্রবলেম আছে, পুরোটা ওইটাই আছে।
ওকে স্যার।
তুমি দেখবে ওটাই করেসপন্ডিং আছে, হয়তো এখানে ট্রায়াঙ্গেলটা এরকম দেখতে, ওখানে ট্রায়াঙ্গেলটা অন্যরকম দেখতে, এর বাইরে কিচ্ছু নেই, একদম গ্যারান্টি দিচ্ছি। ঠিক এই স্টেপগুলো ফলো করলেই হবে। তবে আমি রেকমেন্ড করব যে একটা অক্সিলিয়ারি প্লেন কম নিয়ে করার চেষ্টা করাই ভালো।
স্যার কোয়েশ্চেন 4 এ ইউএফ আর ডিবিএল ওগুলোর কিছু মানে আছে আলাদা?
অবভিয়াসলি, এটা তো আমি অনেক আগেই বলেছি। ডিবিএল মিন্স ডাউনওয়ার্ড, ব্যাকওয়ার্ড, লেফট। ইউএফ মিন্স আপওয়ার্ড অ্যান্ড ফ্রন্ট।
স্যার এইগুলোর একটা মানে কোথায় পাবো এরকম লিখে যদি দিয়ে দিতেন মানে তাহলে সুবিধা হতো।
আপওয়ার্ড আর ডাউনওয়ার্ড মানে আমি বলেছিলাম।
না না স্যার ওগুলো না, এই সব কটা যে আলাদা আলাদা ইয়ে আছে
আরে
না
বলছি
মানেগুলো।
তো সেটাই রে ভোদারাম, শোন না। ইউ অ্যান্ড ডি, আপওয়ার্ড ডাউনওয়ার্ড। ইউডি, আপওয়ার্ড ডাউনওয়ার্ড।
হুম
ঠিক আছে। এল আর লেফট রাইট, এল লেফট আর রাইট। ঠিক আছে।
হুম হুম।
আর কি
এফ
রইল?
বি ফ্রন্ট ব্যাক, এফ বি ফ্রন্ট ব্যাক তাহলে।
একদম। কত ভাগা, এই আবার আলাদা করে কি লিস্ট দেব? এ তো দেখেই বই এক, এই তো ছখানা আছে। ঠিক আছে, আর অসুবিধা নেই তো? এই ছটা
না
নিয়ে
স্যার,
অসুবিধা নেই?
না।
Okay, so I am stopping the presentation. Anybody having any more question? Otherwise, I will stop the recording.
No problem, sir. You can stop the recording.
Okay.